The name Benidorm originates from the Arabic word Beni, which means children of, followed by the name of the tribe or clan that inhabited the place. Benidorm was a small coastal town that was dedicated to trap fishing for tuna on its migration to and from the Atlantic. The population lacked economic interest outside of fishing. When one of the largest tuna traps closed in 1952, economic alternatives began to be studied for the population that barely reached 6,000 inhabitants. They began to plan a city with buildings intended for tourism, since by then, Franco Spain was beginning to open to the outside world. In 1959, the Benidorm Song Festival was inaugurated, and the mayor, Pedro Zaragoza, allowed the use of bikinis on his beaches. In the 60s and 70s, the opening of more hotels was exploited, each time taller until the construction of skyscrapers was allowed. Today, Benidorm is the city with the highest density per square meter of skyscrapers, followed by New York. In 1961, Catholic friars placed a cross in the Sierra Helada mountains to redeem the city of its sinful fame for the use of the bikini. Today, it is a tourist attraction offering stunning views of the Levante beach and beyond. Our trip to Benidorm coincided with my aunt visiting, and it was her birthday. So we found a Cuban restaurant, and the atmosphere and the breeze of the place invited us. Unfortunately, the menu only had 2 Cuban dishes, and one was not available. The Cuban seasoning wasn't quite there either, and they were short-staffed. But the 2 employees who were there, the cook and the waiter, did their best to please us however they could, and that is always appreciated. Benidorm is a story of love and hate. Many criticize that tourists are known for parties and drunkenness, but at the same time, it is praised for being an affordable city for vacations, that its vertical construction allows for more tourism in less surface area. Benidorm is the 3rd Spanish city with the most hotel rooms, only surpassed by Madrid and Barcelona, and that is saying a lot. It is a city that tourists visit all year round thanks to its constant and pleasant climate. Benidorm has more than 300 days of sunshine. The rainiest month is November with an average of 5 to 6 days of rain. The maximum temperatures in summer vary between 28 and 32 Celsius or 82-89 Fahrenheit, and the minimum temperatures in the winter vary between 6 and 10 Celsius or 42 to 50 Fahrenheit, so the climate is pleasant all year round. Its 3 beaches, Levante, Poniente, and Malpaz, are blue flag, the highest distinction awarded by the European Union. Levante Beach is characterized by a party atmosphere. Poniente Beach is calmer and more spacious atmosphere, and Malpaz is a picturesque cove at the foot of the Mediterranean balcony. Despite a large British presence in the city, its inhabitants are still mainly Spanish, making up to 70% of the population. However, 42% of visitors are British, and according to 2022 statistics, The city has about 3,874 British residents, so the British influence is palpable. Benidorm has just under 70,000 inhabitants and 2.7 million tourists in 2023. On top of the rocks separating Levante and Poniente Beach, there was a fortress built to defend the people from Algerian pirate raids during the 14th, 15th, and 16th century. A low building was built in 1972 that occupied the place left by the castle. At first, a civil guard was installed, and later it became a municipal library. The exterior was surrounded by a series of cannons in order to remember its origins. In 2002, the library was removed, leaving now a large square that welcomes artists and crafts in the summer. The cannons continue to guard the square as a symbol of what it was. Legend has it that the giant Roldan fell in love with a beautiful lady whom he loved deeply. However, the lover fell ill and only seemed to survive on the sun's rays. Roldan, desperate, dealt a tremendous blow to the Puig Campana mountain. The cleft is visible and famous, and the piece traveled to the sea, forming the island of Benidorm, and thus delaying the sunset for a few minutes. Later, the inevitable end came, and the giant took the body of his beloved to the island so that she could rest there, letting himself drown next to her while still holding her hand. The Church of San Jaime and Santa Ana is located in the upper part of Old Town, on top of the Canfali Hill. It was built between 1740 and 1780 after the discovery of Virgen del Sufragio, the patron saint of Benidorm. The Old Town is where the main activity of the fishing village took place. It divides the two main beaches with a natural stone cliff known as Punta Canfali, and it is where the castle was built in 1325. In the 15th century, the town suffered an attack by pirates and was destroyed, part of it. After it was repaired in the 19th century, during the War of Independence, it was completely destroyed. When the mayor of Benidorm, Pedro Zaragoza, undertook his ambitious project to transform Benidorm into a tourist destination, the town lacked drinking water. People mockingly told him, "You could also live from hope." But Don Pedro did not give up and managed to finance the water channeling. That is why today we can see a stone in the Elche Park fountain that reminds us that, yeah, we can also live from hope. The fact that this city even exists and that it is the tourist destination that it is today, loved or hated, is a living example of determination and struggle to realize the dreams of its creator. For me, it is a source of inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this trip to Benidorm with me. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and family. I look forward to another escape with you. See you soon.